The Alabama Theater is a well-known landmark on 3rd Avenue North. The theater was built in 1927 during the heyday of vaudeville and silent films. Even though the theater closed in the early 80s due to the decline in downtown Birmingham, the Alabama Theater held a treasure that the Alabama Chapter of the American Theater Organ Society wanted to maintain. Cecil Whitmire is the president of the local chapter and is the president of Birmingham Landmarks, which is a nonprofit owner of the Alabama Theater. Let's listen to him as he tells us more about the Alabama Theater.
Welcome to the beautiful, historic Alabama Theater. I'm Cecil Whitmire, and I'm sitting at the largest Wurlitzer pipe organ in the South. We call her Big Bertha, probably because she's beautiful. That means she's a lady, and also because she's temperamental. And we have been playing this organ here for the last 80 years, and most people don't realize that the organ was installed to play for the silent films. When this theater opened in 1927, there was only silent films available, so you had to come during the day from 12 noon to 6 p.m. and listen to the organ play for the silent film. And then at 6 o'clock every day, the price went up from 25 cents to 35 cents, and you got to hear a 21-piece orchestra play for the silent film, plus you got a vaudeville show with a 16-piece stage orchestra. There were 220 people working here in those days. How in the world they ever made any money is beyond me. But when we had the organ restored back in 1998, we decided to have it fully restored, which meant the old silent film sound effects were restored and put back to work. With all of these 310 different stop tabs, which represent different sounds, there's also some other sounds in here other than the sound effects that you can use along with music. For instance, if we were going to play something from The Music Man, I have a stop tab here where I can actually play a snare drum that goes along with the Music Man 76 trombones. I can send Indian signals with my Indian tom-tom. I know it's a genuine Indian tom-tom. It says right on it, made in Cherokee, North Carolina. And we also have, for those Spanish nights, I have castanets, tambourine, and a Chinese block for those Chinese nights, I suppose. I have no idea what this thing's for, but it sounds really, really interesting. We also have cathedral chimes. We also have a piano. So I can play chopsticks. Isn't it amazing? You have $1 million instrument and you're actually playing chopsticks with this $1 million instrument. Seems like a thing that was probably not intended for this. We also have 2 xylophones, and we have another xylophone that's softer. The organ also has a drum set, for instance, and we have timpani. We also have top hat, a snare drum, cymbal crash. The organ also sounds like a church organ. Or a big church organ. The organ is very interesting. It's on its own elevator, which rises majestically from the basement to come up and play for the movies. And then when we get through, it goes back down again. And we do sing-alongs these days, which people always love. The organ has 2,000 pipes, 1,000 on each side of the stage, and it's powered by 2 large wind motors that produce, one motor produces 25 horsepower and the other motor produces 15 horsepower. And as opposed to a church organ, which operates on 4 to 6 inches of wind pressure, this organ operates on 15 to 18 inches of wind pressure. It actually screams at you just like a calliope that you may have heard at the circus. But the organ has 310 different sounds, and we have 4 keyboards, 32 pedals, and hopefully if I play for another 30 to 40 years, I'll learn how to use each and every one of them.
If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. And after you subscribe, click on the bell so you'll receive notifications when I upload new content. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.